or their personal accounts about what happened from them at this time. So it may be several days before we get the full picture. Of course, were there cameras in this church? That would definitely speed up that investigation to a little bit of a degree. But typically there aren't cameras in churches, and if there are, they're very few and far between, maybe not enough cameras to get the whole picture of what took place. So as investigators, scores of investigators on the ground are trying to really piece together this story about what exactly happened. Again, it may take some time because there's so many details that took place, there's so many lives that were involved in this, that they want to get everything out there accurately. And again, those departments, as you talked about, the ATF, FBI, local officials, county officials, state officials, law enforcement, they also have to collaborate to get their stories together before they can really put out accurate information to the public. So, of course, they have to collaborate before they can do that. There's a lot of communication that goes on here, a lot of information gathering, a lot of evidence gathering before they can put out a complete story of what happened with this gunman. And then if you take into account what's happening on social media, there are people who are tweeting out their own information. Law enforcement officials also have to analyze that data and put that together and correlate it to their own stories of what they know possibly took place.
Thank you for joining us and for giving us all the input. That was Ronald Press TV's Colin Campbell. Everyone, you're joining us. We're live out of Sutherland Springs there. Those are images coming in. Law enforcement is trying to put together a church shooting during a congregation. A man has walked into a church, possibly taken nearly 30 lives, injured nearly 30 others. These are all uncorroborated reports. As soon as we get the story developed, we'll get it out to you accordingly. Thanks again, Colin.
BB and Jack Frost, what's up, party people? Look, man, it's crazy out here. I'm very, very sad to be reporting to y'all today that there was another mass shooting. It's just happening. Mass shootings here, mass shootings there. It's crazy. Um, all right, let's get into the story. They say at least 27 are dead, more than 2 dozen injured. There was in a Texas church shooting, and on top of that, the mass shooting this time was done in a church. It's crazy. At least 27 people were killed and around 27 injured in the church shooting. In a Texas church shooting Sunday morning, law enforcement sources told ABC News the alleged shooter is dead, and it appears there is no longer an active threat at the First Baptist Church in Sutherland Springs, about 40 miles southeast of San Antonio, police told ABC News. We all started running. A person who says she works at a gas station across the street from the church told ABC News that she heard rapid gunfire around 11:15 a.m., leading congregants from the church as well as customers at the gas station to run inside for cover. We heard several shots and we started running inside the store, she said. It lasted about 15 seconds. I yelled, "Get down, get inside," and we all went into the building. And a woman who said she was 49 but declined to give her name. She said the gas station locked its doors. We have not reopened, she said. She then that within minutes of the gunfire, emergency personnel had arrived at the scene. They were just typing this quickly. There were officers that were checking the wounded in there. They were asking them questions. Okay, first of all, once again, I keep saying this. If you are somewhere and gunfire erupts, the first thing you do is get down. Because you don't know. You might start running and run straight into the person shooting. You might start running. You might run right into their field of vision. So the first thing you do when you hear gunfire is get down. More likely than not, getting down and surveying the freaking scene as best as you can will help keep you alive more than just running haphazardly. Please, take this advice. Get down. That should be the first thing you do. Get down, get cover, not run around. The FBI and ATF were at the scene by Sunday afternoon, and at least 6 people from the church were taken to Connolly Memorial Center in nearby Floresville for treatment. That's a map right there, the area. You see the First Baptist Church. You see how close it is to Houston. A 14-year-old girl was among the victims, the father says. One victim of the shootings is a 14-year-old girl, according to her father, Frank Pomeroy, who is pastor at the church. Pomeroy spoke by phone to ABC News. Mike Del Mora. Annabelle, who was a very beautiful, special child, her father said. Pomeroy said he was in Oklahoma on Sunday morning, a rare weekend that he wasn't at the church. He was driving back when he spoke to ABC News. All of those who died are close friends of his. I would assume so because of his position in the church. And then they spelled Pomeroy. He said Pomeroy. He said, I don't know. They obviously, the person must have. I don't know. They should probably let me do their typing. Gathered at the scene, waiting for news. Police formed the perimeter around the white clapboard church and flooded its grounds with emergency and police vehicles, according to KSAT. This is picture, obviously, right there. Max Massey. I guess you want to follow him if you want to stay involved with what's happening down there. You could follow Max Massey right here, and he'll be able to. I'm pretty sure he's going to be tweeting things out. He's obviously, it seems, I'm going to assume he's on the scene. A small group of people were seen clustered together inside the church, an unassuming building with a red door. They were holding hands as tears overtook an attempt to pray, a KSAT reporter said. Look, this is crazy. You understand? And look, Donald Trump is tweeting about it. May God be with the people of the Sutherland Springs, Texas. May God be with the people of Sutherland Springs, Texas. The FBI and law enforcement are on the scene. I'm monitoring the situation from Japan. Pardon me. Ever since this man has become president, stuff has been going crazy. I'm just saying. I'm not blaming him. I don't think he had it. It's not no conspiracy. I'm not saying that Mr. Donald Trump, Mr. President Mr. Donald Trump? I don't know. But I'm not saying that he has freaking agents going around creating mass murders. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is that ever since he became president, these things, he's only been president. He hasn't been president 500 days yet. And in the last 3 weeks, I think we've had last month we had 3 mass shootings. There's another mass shooting that wasn't necessarily really reported that much, I don't think, that happened where 8 people were shot. I forget where. I think it was in Tennessee. Right here, Texas Attorney General. Pardon me. Ken Paxton said in a statement, the thoughts and prayers of all Texans are with the people of Sutherland Springs as tragic reports come out of the First Baptist Church. Please join Angela and me, I guess that's his wife, as we pray for the impact of this horrific shooting. Look, man. You can't have a commander-in-chief that stirs the pot and don't think that shit is just not going to be hitting the fan. I'm just keeping it a buck. Did we have situations like this when Obama was president? Yeah, we did. But not like this. Remember, there was the car situation last summer. Right? Was it this summer, matter of fact, where they had the car situation? This summer with the car on 42nd Street in New York that went running everybody over. And then we had another car situation downtown in New York this year again. Did we have this type of stuff when Bill Clinton was president? Yeah, but not as much. You understand? There's going to be mass shootings. There's going to be acts of terrorism. It's just going to happen. But when you got a commander-in-chief that stirs the pot, sometimes you could be, something could have happened because of you, but indirectly, Anyway, we're not going to place blame here on anybody except for the demented individual that ran into a church shooting. They say he's been killed. He's dead. He's not alive anymore. It hasn't necessarily been clear whether he took his own life or if police took his life. That hasn't been clear. So I'm not too sure about that, but I'm going to go, but I got one more clip I want y'all to watch. One more clip, And then hopefully this next clip will enlighten you on anything that I might have left out. But I got one more clip I want you to watch. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. Look, man, we gotta figure out a way to treat each other better. You know, you just gotta figure out a way. I love y'all. Keep each other safe. I'm out.
Multiple people have been killed, with children among the victims. At least 15 others were injured. The shooter was killed after a chase by police. Carrie Matula works near the church and spoke to us a short time ago.
We heard semi-automatic gunfire about right in the vicinity of the store. We're only about 50 yards away from this church. This is a very small community, so everybody was very curious as to what was going on. First responders came very quickly. Like within minutes, there was fire trucks and ambulances.
Let's bring in NBC News law enforcement analyst Jim Kavanaugh, former ATF special agent who's been following all this. Jim, if it was indeed semi-automatic weapon fire that she thinks that she heard, how lethal would that be?
Well, if it's a tactical rifle, Kate, military-style rifle can carry all kinds of ammunition in there, 30 rounds, 60 rounds, 100 rounds, however they want to load it. And you're trapped inside the building. The shooter unloads on you, and of course he made his escape to the next county north, Guadalupe County, where he was killed or killed himself or killed in a wreck, we don't know, but that's where he was apprehended. So he did the slaughter, he got in a vehicle, and he made it to the first county north of Wilson County where the killing occurred.
And what would happen next now for investigators?
Well, big crime scene at the church, obviously, trauma first, rescue the wounded, and a huge crime scene into the night, search warrants at his house, trying to decipher who he is, why he did it, what's the motive, are there any aiders and abettors, conspirators, is there anything else, afoot? That's the task right now for the commanders on the ground.
Jim Kavanaugh, thank you. Continuing coverage, of course, throughout the afternoon. You can find that on MSNBC and NBCNews.com. We will have the very latest tonight on NBC Nightly News. For now, I'm Kate Snow, NBC News here in New York.
If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you would like to help dictate the direction that this channel takes, please leave a comment. All comments are appreciated, whether positive or negative. Thank you very much and enjoy your day. And remember, positive thoughts cause for positive things to happen. Let's get it.